Kazakhstan's development strategy is driven by sovereign development fund Samruk Kazyna. It played a critical role in the country's bank restructuring and continues to design Kazakhstan's diversification strategy. I sat down with its chief executive and asked him how the country weathered the economic crisis.
We save the banking sector in Kazakhstan. We actually we solve all of this problem in real estate, which was a huge problem in Almaty, in Astana. And last year the economic growth in Kazakhstan was more than 1.2%, which is better than -8%, for example, in Russia. But I think in year 2010 and 11 we will come back to the previous rate of the growth, which was from year 2000 till year 2007 annually about 9 and 10%.
You touched on the banking sector. Kazakhstan actually tapped $10 billion of its oil fund to support banks and companies. You've been through a successful but very tense restructuring. How difficult was it, and what have you learned?
We discussed with different financial institutions how to do it best way. The whole, actually we had a write-off about $11 billion in terms of three banks, BTA, Alliance and Temir. But I think in fact the creditors community accept this fact, and it was international recognition of this fact. And probably you read the article in Financial Times that it was like example how to do it best way in comparison, let's say, the situation in other countries.
Kazakhstan has, I think, over $100 billion of foreign direct investment since its independence almost 20 years ago. Where are you looking now for fresh investments?
Actually, during the crisis time was, let's say, was a lack of access to the international financial markets because it was difficult situation in the banking sector, and we replaced the let's say Western financial markets in this period of time for Chinese investment, and we've got huge credit line from the Chinese financial development institution. So we've got 10 billion credit line from Chinese Exim Bank and 3 billion credit line from the State Development Bank of China, which is huge. And so recently was the last visit of Chairman Hu Jintao. We also got additional 3 billion from the Chinese Exim banks. From the other side, we are looking for diversification of investment, and we are in very good relationship with Middle East countries, especially with Abu Dhabi investment authorities.
You're also assuming the chairmanship of the SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
I think the role of this organization, maybe China and Russia are part of the BRIC community, and other observers also huge economies like India, bring a, let's say, new format. Is a mostly, let's say, economic and trade format, and this is well for our region. And for example, you know, probably Kazakhstan is a landlocked country. It was a huge challenge, and now we have a very good opportunities, or let's say we have access to the ocean of opportunities in terms of the further development of Chinese economy.
Speaking of opportunities, Kazakhstan is really at the crossroads between the East and the West, between Europe and China. Considering the major arteries in global trade around the world, where does Kazakhstan fit in the new Silk Route, as you could call it?
Kazakhstan, I think, will be a huge business hub for the whole Central Asia. We will create a financial hub and financial center in Almaty. The Astana became a political center as well, and I think Kazakhstan will be a good destination not only for politicians or for the businessmen, but for the tourists, for the people who would like to get the right education and good healthcare services in this region. And we see our role in this region to create not only oil and gas based, but also the service economy as well. I mean, in these terms, I think our participation in custom union with Russia and Belarus from one side, and with Shanghai Cooperation Organization from the other side, provide us good opportunities.